Alright, so I'm in this basement. I would watch it on this thing, but I don't want Lux to turn me into a cartoon, so thoughts incoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews Spooky Edition. This week was The Well. My God, was it ever The Well? And to discuss The Well with me, I'm joined by my three co-hosts. Firstly, she's been watching, she's been waiting in the shadows all her life. It's Cockroach Usurper, better known as Cat.
Yes, that's also known as the entire theme song of this podcast. Holy shit.
And a banger. Please do listen to that if you haven't seen it yet. Or listened to it yet.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Also joining us, after this episode, he may well be sleeping with the lights on. It's Kuchiri.
Oh, hey, I have not told you guys a story about when I watched season 2 of Garo while I was living by myself in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that shit, I kept my lights on for a week.
I can believe it. There's some scary stuff on television.
Honestly, that just reminds me of the time where when I was younger, I accidentally found The Ring on television, and I had a big CRT television in my room that looked exactly like the one on the movie. So,
no!
I know those feels.
Oh, no. And our special guest for this week, wondering what the hell he's been dragged into, it's FoulPlayz.
Hello. Hello. I'm here.
You're here, and you're very welcome to be here.
I am. I'm excited. Good stuff.
Well, Kuchiri's been trying to get you on for a couple of weeks now, so I thought, what the hell? This is a good one to go for.
Fal's has an amazing Tokutatsu channel on YouTube. Fal's been hanging out with us on the Common Writers Reviews. And since we've been trying to get a bunch of new people into Doctor Who this year, we got Polly, we got Second, now we got Fal.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of good stuff. And,
Whether they like to or not.
Yes,
I'm just surprised.
Gun pointed at the head.
I was half expecting Fal to do one of their breakdown shorts over this as a surprise, but that's fine.
I watched it last night, literally in bed. I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
that was a bad idea to watch it in bed. My God.
I was like, "What the hell?" I
Do not watch the spooky episodes in bed.
Or do. It's fun.
Hey.
It's not a good idea to watch it in bed.
Oh, I watched it with Chris, and we had to keep playing it back because the very first time that the jump scare happened, we had to play it back and be like, "Oh, we missed that."
There are a lot of jump scares in this.
Yeah,
A lot.
and they're good.
And then there are also some scares involving jumps that aren't jump scares, but they're still scary as hell.
All right, just so everybody knows, I hate that I have to play by YouTube's rules, but just in case something ever happens and, I don't know, the gods come to life and we get monetized, there is a scenario where someone unalives themselves at the end of this episode. We're probably going to talk about it. If you have any issues with that, please, don't listen to the end of this episode. Don't watch this episode. There's your warning.
I'll put a content warning on the description.
I
hate the fact I have to say that.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a sewer slide as what they're more worried about, because this was more of a noble sacrifice kind of.
They still jump.
Yeah.
Well, was it though? I mean, we'll get to the ending later on, because there's a couple of interpretations of that ending. Oh,
that ending is going to be debated for the next 17 years until they do the next.
There's only one interpretation that is true, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, we will. But the cold open then, Second called it. Well done, Second.
Toxic. Second brought, it'd be funny if they just randomly played Toxic. 2 weeks later, we get Toxic.
Yep, we do. I have a question about this cold open, though. Was this whole scenario arranged from the start because the suits match the troopers? There's two helmets literally waiting for them. and there's a space for the TARDIS to land.
I think the TARDIS, because the TARDIS is sentient and psychic, I think the TARDIS gave them the outfits, knowing where they were.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's my
I'll buy that.
interpretation. Because a lot of people
that's
online's
what I
been, a lot of people online's been complaining about that. Like, how do they know what kind of suits to wear?
the
and I think
TARDIS
it's-
told them.
Yeah, the TARDIS just rearranged the closet so they had the exact right outfit.
I absolutely can buy that. It does not ruin the episode at all.
No, we get that amazing scene of them jumping out of the ship. Like, holy crap, that's such a good scene.
These actors actually went on a boot camp training course.
Very cinematic. Loved it.
The
you
guys
can tell
playing
they
the
got the budget.
troopers. They landed in a quarry in Wales. No, I'm not joking. That's literally how it was filmed.
Yeah, no,
What?
I made the
Doctor Who using a quarry in Wales? I'm shocked.
The same quarry.
I made the joke that one of the final boss fights in Gab is going to have to be done in a quarry when Doctor Who and Super Sentai aren't filming there.
They're gonna have to plan their time slots around each other.
Warehouse District of Angel Grove. Anyway. Belinda Chandra, by the way, is having one hell of a day. These last 3 episodes all took place in a 24-hour period for her. She
And
got
even just that,
kidnapped.
what
She got
happens
time
during the
wangled. She got taken to 1952 Miami. Then she got shot all in one day.
She's going through it.
Plus, she just got back from her job as a nurse, which that's hard enough.
Do we think that we're heading for heartbreak here with the doctor saying, I can, I do, and I will make that promise to get you back?
I mean, two people in here read my theory that I've been working on for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't think that's correct. It's a good theory and it's well put together. I still don't think it's correct, but it is a good theory.
Yeah. It's a very good theory. I like the fact that Belinda gets to be a nurse in this.
Again, I mean, she's been doing nurse stuff for the last few episodes.
But she is a nurse, so it fits.
Well, the thing is, there's also a lot of things that keep coming up, like Simulin. Have you noticed that that's came up now in like 2 different time periods?
Oh, yeah.
And it's also weird because every time she talks about getting home, she repeats about her parents. Like it's an NPC kind of dialogue.
Oh, my God. I just had a thought. She says that her dad likes to laugh. What if her dad's laugh is the 7-note laugh?
It better not be.
Can you imagine, Vo?
Well, do you think she will recognize the laugh when Lux did it?
But also, you guys are looking too deep into this. She is a woman who has been taken literally to a completely different solar system. Unwillingly, she went through literal hell by her ex-boyfriend, who was also incredibly abusive. She finally manages to escape, and now she can't even return home because of some sort of technical timey-wimey mumbo-jumbo. She's scared. She only has her family, which is her mother and father, presumably. I don't think she mentions any siblings. So, of course, she wants to get back to her family. So, of course, she mentions them.
I think it's also worth pointing out she does not, as far as we know, have a partner.
Yeah, she never mentions one.
That's usually a red flag
Doctor
that
even
someone's not
asks, you know,
surviving to the
boyfriend,
end of
girlfriend.
episode 8. No one to miss you apart from your parents? Uh-oh.
Val, what's your thoughts on Belinda coming into this one?
She's a pretty cool character. I like the fact that she's a medic and all of that, and getting to see her do her medic thing was good too in this episode. Definitely, I didn't know the whole, previous 2 episodes and all of that, but I liked it.
The whole scene where you find out that in the year 500,000, it's illegal to be a nurse without knowing sign language.
I agree.
Yeah.
That really should be a law.
I can agree with that.
The sign language thing was very interesting because Shooty Gatwa learned it, and Rose Ayling-Ellis, who plays Alice Fenley, commended him on how quickly he grasped it because it can take up to 7 years to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So he was a very quick study.
Oh,
I love Shooty Gatwa.
Alice, Frezno has asked me to present something when we bring up Alice.
Oh, right. He's also asked me to do something when we get to a certain point, but
it's like a Moffat episode where the doctor has made multiple things for people to say, I don't know how I can make this bigger. But
I feel left out.
replace Arlo with Alice. I've only had Alice for a day and a half. If anything ever happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room but myself.
It's a very good sentiment because Alice is fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the base is dead.
To Chris, if she turns out to be evil, I'm going to be so mad.
Again, ambiguous interpretation of the ending, but everyone on this base is dead, and my God, they don't hold back with this.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is so Aliens. It's so Aliens. I love
They
it.
did go out on Alien Day. This did go broadcast on Alien Day, so that might be not just a coincidence.
I mean, the Beatles episode came out on the same day as Eurovision. So,
the Eurovision episode will be coming out on the same day as Eurovision this year. And it may be a bad idea.
Disney did buy their, Fox, which, not the bad one, the good one, the one that actually owns the Aliens franchise. So, fair.
Do you mean 20th Century Fox?
20th Century Fox, yes.
Yes. The good
one that we actually like.
The good one.
The good Fox that's labeled as an entertainment company.
Yes.
Wow. You went there.
I mean, technically, the other Fox also does fake news, so
So Russell T Davies talked about this and how they had to be extremely careful what they showed on camera because 6-year-olds will be watching this, so they couldn't show too much brutal stuff.
It's still famous. It's almost like Fowles will know this more when Ryder and Sentai gets especially brutal.
Like last episode of God.
Yeah, that or I mean, Kat also knows this too. When Evil just goes on a killing spree, and instead of actually showing him kill the bodies, they get stabbed and then they just dissolve, so you don't see any blood or whatever. It's still a family show.
The thing is that apparently Japanese 6-year-olds are much better at taking that than American 6-year-olds. Apparently, American 6-year-olds are pussies.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
American 6-year-olds are pussies.
Okay, so half these people have been shot to death. Half of them have been smashed to pieces. Necks broken, every bone in their body broken. It's really quite gnarly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Oh,
every mirror of the place has been smashed and Fresno's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, all the mirrors gone.
All the mirrors gone, apart from one that we get to at the end.
Well, I actually, thinking about that, do you remember what Midnight was originally?
One of the best episodes ever made, yes.
Diamond Planet.
What if the entity was on the planet, not it wasn't born there, but it was trapped there? Because diamonds are highly reflective.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good thinking. And that's why it tried to escape at midnight. Love it. Love the headcanon. But not everyone is dead, thankfully, because we get treated to one of the best performances in years.
I love Alice.
Take a bow, Rose Ayling-Ellis as Alice Fenley.
Have her come back and be on Companion Season 3, please.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I just want to know she's okay and she got back to her daughter.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait 17 years for the prequel, but because I don't think it was definitely a prequel hook for down the line somewhere. You can't tell me it wasn't.
Well, yeah, no.
Or they're just going to do a Sleep No More thing where we never come back to it and we never.
Well, they did plan to have a sequel to that, and then it got scrapped. But
or Justice for Gus.
Oh yeah, well that's not going to happen now because the actor is dead. But
I know.
sad though it is.
Yes, he
A
does.
bit of background on Rose Ayling-Ellis because she will not be familiar to American audiences at all, but I hope she will be in future because my goodness, she was an actress on EastEnders for several years. She is legally deaf, so you can probably tell, but she is a deaf actress. Then she won Strictly Come Dancing, which is your equivalent is Dancing with the Stars. And from that, she's now gone into serious acting. And this is like her first serious acting role. And she knocked it out the park.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bit of everything in this performance. She's frightened, but she's a bit sinister.
I don't
as
normally
well.
get impacted by lines, but her screaming "Don't turn your back on me"
Yeah.
fucking broke me.
Because that's what deaf people fear in real life.
Oh my god, that was just so. Like, I hope she wins awards for that. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Plus, when the
alone.
doctor like warns Belinda, be careful of her, and she mentions, "I can still read lips," and
Yes.
it's like her acting in this is phenomenal.
She is a very good
better
actress
get
indeed.
so many roles.
Well, she's got her own drama coming out on UK television this May called Code of
Excellent.
Silence.
Excellent.
So hopefully from that she will get more roles because I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's not that common to have a deaf actor or actress lead a show yet. I'm hoping that will change. There was a drama this past month called Reunion where the main character was played by a deaf actor and was a deaf character. So I'm hoping that perceptions are changing and attitudes are changing, and that might become more commonplace.
I mean, it's the same thing here in America. And whenever they tried to do something like that, like there was a TV drama from the late 2000s called Blind Justice, where it was about a lawyer who's blind. Like, it was still played by someone who could see. So people felt it was like not
disingenuous.
Yeah.
Not accurate. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm all for this. I hope this leads to people becoming getting more roles because of their disabilities and actually putting a spotlight on them so people know how to
well, let's be fair, not
themselves around.
because of their disabilities, in spite of their disabilities.
In spite, yeah,
in spite,
that's what I meant. It's
I know. It was a slip of the tongue, but I know.
Yeah, it's like I was driving for about 6 hours yesterday to visit my family and back, and my roommate and I was listening to the most recent Smosh Reddit stories, and one of the stories was like, "Oh, so my mother-in-law called my blind brother extra baggage." And, yeah, and like the whole time I'm sitting there because I'm not fully disabled. I'm half deaf and I have nerve damage. I'm half deaf in one of my ears. But I've always been a fan of when people with real disabilities get roles and get to be themselves, yeah, in that kind of role. So
this is going to blow your mind then, because the character was not originally written as a deaf person.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. And when they casted her, they rewrote all the scenes with her to fit her, and they added the whole the hologram with the subtitles. They
were really good, weren't they?
Yeah.
I hope that becomes a technology. Like, can you just imagine if that was a real technology?
It probably is.
In America,
developing technology, yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be really, really cool. Yeah, I did question if the character was not originally written as deaf. Does that mean that they added the whole point that she didn't go mad because the creature was not whispering in her ear and she couldn't hear it? What would they have done if it was an able hearing person?
They might have done something similar, and maybe there was an extra scene that they lost their hearing because of a shockwave. And nothing with the ASL.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Or it could
DSL.
be exactly the same, just she could hear everything and she was still desperate to go home to see her daughter. And, she was the only one left. She just wanted to go see her daughter, and the thing was desperately trying to get her to go home.
She shot her best friend because she was trying to kill her. My heart.
Yeah.
And the best friend got a credit, by the way, because I think she's on the mining footage when the thing breaks loose out the well.
Body actors too, like the you get a credit if you're on screen, even if you don't have any lines.
Yeah, all the troopers got a credit, even the unnamed ones.
Even the
so that was good. Well, there's only one shithead, really.
Let's be fair. He had the other dude who was helping him out.
All right, yeah, 1 and 2 were dicks, but the others weren't. 5 did not deserve what she got. My God, that scream will haunt my dreams for weeks to come.
And I love how Cassio was introduced as a dude that definitely was not going to be on the Doctor's good side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
he played a role like this in Slow Horses, this actor, so it's not a huge surprise.
Oh,
and he's a terrible calculator.
He's a terrible calculator, yes. So anyway,
because he made the calculation and it came out wrong.
Yeah, he did, and it got.
I should point out to Val that usually trigger happy, kill happy, let's nuke this kind of happy people are usually on the Doctor's shit list very quickly.
That's another Aliens reference as well, by the way.
Okay. And they usually die first too.
Yeah.
Not first, but usually by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Doctor is always trying to find the piece of everything. Like if this was some brand new entity, like let me go into one of the complaints I hear a lot of people make is that this is a sequel to Midnight. We didn't need this to be a sequel to Midnight. Mm. If it was just some other entity that the Doctor's never experienced before, I think everyone in this whole room would be dead. Yeah. Because the Doctor would have tried to find a safe way to save the entity as well. He would have assumed that it was afraid, and that's why it was lashing out. Because that's the kind of guy the Doctor is. So,
I'm glad you brought that up because here's the thing, right? I'm watching this episode last night when it was I actually looked to watch it when it aired on British television, not before, not after. And the first 10 minutes plays out, and I see the big hole in the middle of the planet. I think this sequel to the Satan Pit's kicking ass. And it wasn't the Satan Pit, but it was a sequel.
Well, it was leaked. There was 2 leaks that was going on that was like.
I don't look at leaks, dude.
I know. I don't look at leaks either, but you gotta remember people talk about the leaks after the fact if they were right or wrong.
The whole series has been leaked, and that really upsets me.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't look at them either.
I don't look at them either. Man, I'm getting deja vu from Kamen Rider Gap podcast here, Foul. Anyway,
it's like, I hate that he's right. I wasn't even in that podcast today, but I hate that he's right.
No, but the fact of the matter is, it was either going to be this or the Vasa Narada. And so when I first saw the bodies that were broken and not completely eaten, I'm like, okay, so it's got to be Midnight. But I was being told it was either going to be Midnight or Vasa Narada because that was what people were debating about, what this was going to be a sequel to.
Well, Russell T. Davies did say a few weeks back that there was a very unexpected sequel in this series. But that was the only thing that I knew.
See, this is why I'm glad I don't look into any of this, and I make sure to stay off, and I don't look at any news, and I don't listen to anything that anybody says. I don't look at leaks. I don't look at anything, because I was completely surprised when, it came out that this was the, Planet Midnight. So I think it did way better, because when they came up and said that it was covered in diamonds, I literally started getting chills once I realized what planet this was. The effect is so much better when you know nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It hit me like a truck. I heard this planet was mine for diamonds. No, you're not doing this, RTD.
Yeah. So Foul, who has not experienced a great episode of Midnight, which, by the way, Midnight will not be able to be aired like it did nowadays because people would complain that it all takes place within one room.
Bottle episode. Of course it takes place in one room. That's what a bottle episode is.
Yeah. So Foul, whenever the Doctor faced the Midnight Entity, it possessed a woman, and then started to gradually convince everyone in the bus that they were in to kill the Doctor. And the way they did that, the way it did that was it made it seem very unintelligent, and then it started to mimic the Doctor, kind of like an AI. So it was repeating the Doctor like 3 seconds after the fact, 2 seconds after the fact. They were saying their words at the same time. It was saying words. Yeah.
That's ahead of him.
Basically, Fells, do you know the game Among Us? You probably do, but just in case.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Among Us creature was able to take over the body of somebody and you couldn't tell ever.
Well, it
and
can in mods.
When you killed the person, it was able to jump to a new person.
I think there's a version of Among Us just like that. So
yeah, there is. There are mods that can do that literally, but in the standard vanilla game, there isn't.
Yeah,
and even worse, it can jump to other people without even any prompting or the original host dying.
But
at one point, it takes over the Doctor's body.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's part of the reason why the Doctor is so afraid during that scene. Like when he gets close to Ellis and is trying to listen to the entity, it has no name. The fear on his face.
The tears worked so well here.
That's how the entity knew the Doctor's name. The Doctor's name has been secret from everybody, but the fact that the entity has been inside of the Doctor's body and knows the Doctor's mind that intimately, that's how it knew it's his name.
Just chills throughout this.
This was fantastic.
And I don't know if this was supposed to be originally going to be a sequel to Midnight, because there's a co-writer for this. And this co-writer, I wasn't familiar with her work. I need to go and watch some stuff she's done now, because this is amazing. I get the impression that she put in her script, and Russell T. Davies read it and thought, this is brilliant. It could work as a sequel to Midnight, and then he made it a sequel to Midnight.
She must have, because I looked her up, and she's done a few episodes of some other things. I think she has for Dreamgirls. She doesn't have much of an online presence, but she is a woman of color, and I'm so glad that we're getting more writers of her caliber. Because she is fantastic in this, and I want her to come back to Doctor Who.
Well, she might.
Yeah.
You don't hold.
I mean, she'll be better than next week's writer. That's for sure.
Well, let's give him a fair shake at it, but yes.
I like how everyone's already writing out the next episode because of Code for Blam or Ruby
They
Sunday.
shouldn't, because we had a hell of a good quality so far, and they may not ruin it.
Look,
Please don't ruin it.
Last time we gave somebody a second chance, we got the Chibnall series. So just saying.
Well, I mean, Chibnall was on. Well, already wrote like 5 episodes beforehand, so.
Yeah, so he got 5 chances, and then he got a series. So, you know.
Yeah, true.
Anyway,
I don't think he'll be showing anytime soon, but I could be wrong.
Chibnall's now gone, and so is Earth.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no, the Osterhagen key actually worked.
I don't know why people are surprised about the Earth being gone. We saw it being gone in Robot Revolution.
Because the Doctor and Belinda didn't see it. They left before the Statue of Liberty.
I'm talking about reviewers and people on social media. Like they're stunned that was
because they're reviewers and some people on social media. That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe they turned the TV off just as the Doctor and Belinda left, and they missed that scene. I don't
Possibly.
know. Because some
Women
people
are not
don't
very
like
good at their
to watch the
jobs.
credits for some reason.
Far be it from me to stir the pot here, but maybe they're just not very good at their jobs. Sorry, Fals, go ahead.
Honestly, you know how some streaming services, they like to put up an ad for, like, oh, watch this series. If you like this series, watch this series, and they minimize the screen down to the corner. I wonder if they minimize the screen down at that moment or something.
Possibly. Also, I
I
think
don't
Fals
actually
wanted to
know.
say something.
No, you're good.
No, he
Okay.
was making a reaction.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, he was making a reaction. That's why I felt it was safe to talk.
I apologize.
Yeah, you're good. Listen.
So, next in the notes, we've already talked about it was this originally sequel to Midnight, but I do want to point out that the reason why it has no name, has evolved its powers, is because of how it was defeated during Midnight.
Absolutely.
So, if
Plus,
you
also the fact that it's been 400,000 years.
400,000 years, but if you remember spoilers, foul, but the reason why the entity was defeated, it actually won. It defeated the Doctor.
Oh,
But
wow.
someone on the bus grabbed the entity from behind while it was focused on the Doctor, and then jumped out of the bus holding onto it. And this was not like a bus that's on the ground. It was like a bus that was above this radioactive planet.
Yeah, like
It
a
was
shuttle.
flying. It was a fly.
So yeah, so they fell to their deaths.
Oh my
Yeah.
Well, they didn't so much fall to their
And
deaths.
this is a family show?
Yes.
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 It's for kids and
They
families.
didn't so much fall to their deaths as get disintegrated by radiation.
You know what?
Yeah.
I've watched Kamen Rider. Yeah, this is a family show. Never mind.
But the thing is, because it was grabbed from behind while it was focused on something in front, I surmise that that's why it's playing this game now, the Midnight game, because as explained that it kills people is if Alice is looking at someone in front of her and someone gets exactly 180 degrees on the opposite side of her.
Yeah.
And
No, you know what? I don't even think it's that. I think it's way crueler than that. He knows or the entity knows what midnight means. That's it. It knows what a clock face means.
Yeah.
I think it's just that.
It's playing with the Doctor again.
Yeah.
And
And
it,
yes,
also, it does
Sorry, go on.
enjoy having people kill each other, because it was trying to convince that bus to kill the Doctor, and now it's convinces Cassio to basically kill his entire troop.
oh my god, we will get to that scene in a second. But here's the thing about this whole thing, right? About this entity. People say, well, when Alice turned around, why didn't everyone go flying backwards? Because, again, reviewers not being very good about this. There was no one behind her.
Yeah, it has to be a 180.
Yeah, they were all facing the same way. You don't get that reveal if they all just get killed when she turns around. You don't get an episode. Everyone's dead. Is that what you want? Just everyone dead in the first 15 minutes? No. Got to space it out. Got to pace it out.
And it's also a game to the even the Doctor said it was.
Did he?
Yeah, it was having fun.
It has fun, and it
Yeah.
still goes for the objective to have people kill each other.
It was having fun and playing games and learning, and that's terrifying.
Somehow this thing learned one thing, and that's how to be cruel.
It came out of the hole laughing.
There's that laughter again.
I don't think it was learning that laugh, thankfully. I think this.
No, at least it wasn't 7
literally
no's.
learned-
That would have just been it. No,
Oh.
turn the TV off. No.
No, everyone's already saying that it's a member of the Pantheon. I'm like, no,
It's not.
No.
stop. The Pantheon only really came out whenever the salt was spilled. So,
Not
Yeah, it's
every
like
cosmic
that would ruin
entity
it.
has to be a member of the Pantheon, guys.
we were talking about Reiwa Doctor Who, pal. One of the things that's been a ongoing threat are different gods that have happened thanks to the guy I was telling you who was Dino in our franchise here, spilling salt at the edge of the universe.
What?
Essentially, he invoked a superstition, and that superstition unlocked mythology, to put it simply.
What the
So
Okay.
every like once every 4 episodes, the Doctor has to go against a god.
Yeah,
So
Doctor
that
Who
was-
is fun.
Yeah, no, last week the Doctor literally went against a cartoon god.
What the?
Doctor
A
Who is a
cartoon
fun,
god?
very simple narrative.
It was the God of Light masquerading as a cartoon come to life. Yeah, I know it's silly. Just go with it.
The god of death was
better
a
episode than it
giant
sounds like.
doggy the god of death with the giant doggy, and the doctor stopped it by putting a leash on him and causing him to disintegrate in a time vortex.
They took their god of death for a walk.
There was another time he put a god in a box and just sealed it away.
Is this fucking Looney Tunes?
Yes, yes.
You know what the best part is? None of these are lies. These are things that genuinely happened in the show.
The doctor screamed at himself for being an idiot and then made himself wait a year.
Yes, that also happened.
Yeah.
Let's talk about It Has No Name, because it got a credit at the end of the episode. Paul Casey. And this has caused people to go, oh no, they've showed the creature. No, they didn't show the creature, okay? Paul Casey was a guy wearing a fright mask to basically prompt the cast to be really scared. Like, genuinely scared. Then they put a few glimpses of that fright mask in the episode to make you think, oh my god, what's there before? But if you don't slow the episode down, you see nothing. Can't go ahead.
See, this is what really ticks me off about some people online. They're all like, oh no, it's been ruined. We've seen the thing. It's not supposed to have a body. Okay, first off, it's been 400,000 years. It has evolved. It has changed. For all we know, it took over something, or it managed to build itself a body or something like that. It has changed. Everything changes. It does not ruin the original in any way. It actually is a really good episode. And the fact remains that you can't even see the damn thing. Unless you pause the episode and go frame by frame, you can't see the damn thing because it goes by so fast. There is one moment where it's in the shadows where you can kind of see it crawling on all fours, but even then, that moment is so dark and so creepy. I don't care. You shouldn't care. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't.
I love that we don't see it. Like, we don't see it properly. That's absolutely the right choice. It makes it so much more creepy. And also the fact that the actor with the fright mask on would basically prank the crew. Just appear behind everyone. He did it on Doctor Who Unleashed, the behind-the-scenes show as well, and scared the hell out of the host.
That is the right choice.
So the host was interviewing Trooper Six saying, oh yeah, you're practicing your death voice. Yeah, I'm going to make it really dramatic. And then, there's guys behind him with the mask on.
Apparently, the only one he didn't really truly get was the actress for Alice, because she just felt him coming up behind her. Because it's just one of those things that, when you don't have a sense, your other senses go up.
Yeah, but all the others, all the troopers, and Shooty, and Verada Sifu, got them good. Paul Casey, we salute you for your dedication to your craft, sir.
Fantastic.
So it has no name, but my God, it has power. It turns everyone on itself again, like Midnight. That's why this is so well as a sequel to Midnight. And then Cassio takes over and let the bodies hit the floor.
This dumbass. This absolute dumbass.
This is probably the most on-screen deaths we've seen. An actual this is not going to be reverse death we've seen in Doctor Who in a long time.
Well, I mean, about a dozen people got vaporized in episode 1, but yeah,
I mean, that was vaporized. That was a little different.
True. This is a very brutal and physical and on-screen death, and the boys are left there to just be reminded of what the hell's happened. So the first one to go is Hanno. That's not Cassio's fault, actually. That's the only one that isn't Cassio's fault.
Yeah.
And then Cassio takes over from Shia. Another fantastic character, by the way, Shia Costalian.
Oh, she's wonderful.
The companion we should have had.
I'm so glad they didn't add the line, I can show you the stars, and then she dies 10 seconds later.
Oh my God.
Again,
No, someone literally did a TikTok where it made it look like it was a speed run, for GDQ. And it was potential companion to death speed run, 80%. And they literally just play the scene where she's like, "Oh, pick me out here. I'll show you the stars." And they start the time there, and it's literally like 9 seconds. She's dead.
God.
She gets vaporized 12 seconds after that line. Yeah. Someone counted because, of course, they did.
I can show you the. Oh, you're dead.
So Cassio institutes a code. No, sorry, a red code, not a code red. A red code, which is like a mutiny. And Trooper 2, who I think is Kai-san, but it doesn't matter because he's dead in the next 30 seconds.
The bald dude.
The bald dude, Trooper 2, seconds the mutiny. None of the others really want to go through with it. You can absolutely tell. They're like, what are you doing? But they also don't want Cassio to kill them. And then Cassio kills 4 of them.
God.
You would think after the first 1 or 2, he'd be like, okay, wait, maybe this
After
nurse.
the first one, he should stop. But no, he just keeps going.
Again, that blonde woman's screams will haunt my dreams for weeks to come.
And then Shayna saves the day by causing Alice to look at her and putting Cassio right at midnight, killing Cassio.
I love how they telegraph this because they have the whole Castor Trooper 2. Is it Mo? Yeah, Mo. Mo Cassio as the Trooper 2 earlier in the episode, showing that they can do this with their technology. Love it. This is so cold a kill and it's so deserved.
Yeah, honestly, because otherwise Cassio would have just kept going. Because he's a dumbass. He kept walking. Why would you keep walking?
Because he was panicking.
Like,
But
good
again,
God.
it shows the midnight entity causing them to kill each other.
That's what the doctor says. This is what it does to you. It gets in your head.
It's like
turns
even
you
the
on each other.
doctor. The doctor turns and looks at her, and even he can't argue. Like, he looks horrible about it. He feels terrible about these deaths, and even the fact that Cassio died. But you can even see in his face that there was no preventing Cassio's death because it was just going to keep happening.
It sounds harsh, doesn't it? But he brought this on himself, literally.
Yeah.
I just feel sorry for the other poor buggers that got killed before him.
Yeah. They didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve to be hit by Cassio's stupidity.
And the wire technology they used for this was fairly new at the time of filming in 2024. They've come up with a way now that they can actually train a set of wires, to always go in the same direction, like computer technology.
Huh.
So they just did that, and so they attached the same set of wires to each of the actors, and then set them flying.
Cool.
And then that shot of, I think it's Trooper 2, literally his point of view as he's about to hit the floor. By the way, that's horrible. That was a guy with a GoPro. They just strapped a GoPro to a stuntman, said, right, scream when you go up, and yeah! And that's how you get the point of view from the guy in the middle of the air.
You know what
Really
I
cool.
really wonder? What I really wonder about this is, when did they die? Did they die mid-air or when they hit the ground?
When they hit the
Like,
ground.
was it fast for them? I
Or-
really hope it was fast.
Or while they were flying through the air, the entity was breaking all their bones because it was probably
Yeah.
it wasn't like squishing them, but like the force of yanking everything all at once broke all their bones all at once.
Trooper 6
Yeah.
does a flip in midair. What a badass.
Do a flip.
He did. He took it literally.
Yeah. Not
Also,
that he had much choice.
I hope somebody creates like a sort of an edit for Overwatch Play of the Game when Cher gets Cassio killed.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Tell me it doesn't fit, though. Tell me it doesn't
Yeah.
fit.
It does.
So all
Play
looks
the
very,
game,
very
Kyle.
bleak. We've lost half of the party now, at least half of the party. Cher declares the mission to be a failure. They're going to leave poor Alice behind, but the Doctor has a plan for that. At this point, Frezno was in seventh heaven because the mirrors are plot relevant, guys. We did it.
finally, Frez has found their favorite episode of Doctor Who, other than Heaven Sent Hellbent.
People
Their
are actually calling this one of the
favorite
best
Doctor
episodes of all time. I don't know if it is. That might be recency bias, but it's up there.
it's definitely the best episode in a while.
It's my favorite episode.
I mean, Lux was literally last week.
It's my
And-
favorite episode.
That doesn't count. It's your only episode.
It counts.
It counts because it's the only episode I've seen.
And will ever.
No, I can safely say this is definitely my favorite episode of this entire season so far. I do not know how they can go up from here.
Well,
I'm going back
they're
and forth
going
between this
down
and
with Ruby Sunday.
No, they're not. Stop bringing it into existence.
Be nice to Ruby.
It could be good. It could be. It's a possibility.
Matee.
I'm trying to convince myself more than anyone else, but it's a possibility.
Anyway.
I love this scene with the Mercury curtain, though.
Yes.
Mhm.
I am now addressing the thing behind Alice Fenley. What happens if the thing behind you is you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, this whole scene, the tenseness. It is so tense and perfectly done. The direction is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, just the running and the chase sequence, the doctor stopping to look behind him because he wants to see this thing.
The doctor is literally just a fan. He's like, they're like, why are we stopping? I just want to see it just once. I mean, this guy's been haunting me for like 4 billion years. Just
I want to see the damn thing.
Doctor, it will kill you, but I want to see it, though. But Doctor, it will literally kill you. Yeah, but curiosity. And then also when he tells Shea that shoot the left hand pipe vent, the right hand pipe vent, and the fact that Shea is like the best shot on the planet, and she really is.
No, it was just a great scene altogether.
Kind of gave me flashbacks to the Angels two-parter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the scene that upcoming guest star Graham Norton ruined?
Yes, that scene, that dramatic scene. Yeah.
Wait, Graham Norton's going to be a guest star?
Oh yes.
Well, you know what episode he's going to be a guest star of?
Officially, officially after making 2 appearances that he wasn't officially licensed for, he will be a guest star of Doctor Who in 3 episodes time.
And then in the in the Eurovision.
Don't tell me
episode.
anything. Don't tell me anything about anything. I don't want to know titles. I don't want to know anything.
I'm not doing. That's why I said 3 episodes from now.
Not you, Kuchiri. I didn't know what Kuchiri.
I know. Kat, I believe you've got a theory that actually this is not a happy ending.
This isn't a theory. This is just plain telegraphed in the episode. So, like, they get into the room, like the antechamber, just before the airlock. And the airlock has a special condition that only 6 people can be in there at one time. And I'm sorry, how do you pronounce the captain's name again? Is it Shia or Shea?
Shia Costellian.
Shia. So Shia says specifically for 2 people to get in with Alice and take her back to the ship. 2 people plus Alice is 3 people. We see only 3 people in that airlock. The airlock monitor says there's 4 people in there.
Yeah.
On that same note, during the scene where 4 of them are in the airlock and the doctor and they all believe that Belinda has the entity, the airlock also says 4 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Belinda 100% has an entity. The entity is there because we see it. There's multiple entities.
But the thing is,
the
airlock still says 4 people during that scene.
Yeah, the counter to that is that it's not just the person that's affected that hears the whispering, because earlier when the doctor hears the whispering, so do the troopers. Like Shia says, can you hear that? They all heard the whispering, not just the person that was affected. Also, if you count the number of deaths in the episode, the dead troopers. So Hanno dies, that's 1. Then 4 people, then Cassio, that's 6. Right? That leaves Shia, Mo, Trooper 7, and Trooper 9. Where's Trooper 10? Well, Trooper 10 never actually went into the base. So it is possible that they are left on the planet as a guard. So they survived the events of the episode. So it is possible that Trooper 10 could have been that 4 person in the airlock, but then if that's the case, Why come back into the airlock? And why didn't we see them? Cat's right. The thing got out.
No, we know the thing got out thanks to the...
No. That thing got out. And then the other thing got out. 2 escaped. There was more than one.
There's more than one, and it's hard to tell if the one inside the facility actually died or not. But I am convinced there's at least 2 entities. Because why would they show us that there were 4 things inside of that airlock when we only saw 3? And when she specifically sent 2 troopers with Alice?
Yeah,
and
you're right.
We could see that there was an entity on Belinda. We
I
saw
love
it
this.
behind her.
Or were we meant to think that there was an entity behind it? This is what I love about it. It's so ambiguous. You can literally make any interpretation of it, and it's not wrong. This is such a good ending. My God.
It really does fit in, it really does feed into the paranoia of the episode and the watchers at the same time. But I'm still convinced there's 2 entities.
I agree that the thing behind Alice and the thing behind Alice.
In fact, it could be entirely possible that by putting the thing in the mirror, the Doctor accidentally cloned it.
Oh my God, like the angels?
Jeez.
The image of his angel becomes itself an angel?
Not even like the angels, but just like maybe, he accidentally did clone it somehow. We don't know how this thing works.
But the thing is, then we go back to the fact that the entity lived on the planet of diamonds, which are extremely reflective. They're now billions of this entity?
They had light there. They had light there to reflect. It was extremely bright there. This is a completely new version of this entity. We don't know how it works.
And then we get Shaya's heroic sacrifice, which, if you're right, is heartbreaking because she literally did this for nothing. But the way this is shot is so good.
Maybe.
Did this for nothing. The speech, the flashbacks, the fact that she actually smiles before she drops into the well. Oh my God. That's my job, to bring hope.
They were asking in previews, what's at the bottom of the well? It's Shada.
Oh. Too soon,
honestly, my opinion and my headcanon is that she did have a entity on her because she stopped for a while at the top of that well. She would have heard the whispers. Maybe it was telling her, stop, go back, something.
Is that why she was smiling?
Into that well. She had a long time at the top of that well before she dropped in.
Yeah. Do you think that's why she was smiling then? Because she knew she got it?
I'm hoping.
Returning it to the well.
And then, of course, nobody could suspect that there was a second one which got out.
True.
That's my theory, at least. That's
Speaking of getting out, then, Mrs. Flood's back, and my God, this is getting tedious now.
This bitch.
We're just doing Series 1 again with Susan Twist.
I don't know about
exact same plot.
It's still confirming my theory. Just saying.
Missy, but we don't have Missy.
It doesn't disprove your theory at all, Kuchiri. But also,
it does a little bit.
I'm really worried this is the Master now. I'm really worried this is the Master now because I don't want that to be the case.
What were you saying, Kat?
I will say it disproves your theory just the tiniest bit because she asks, was he there with this item? Almost like she doesn't know where this person is and she doesn't know what's going on. And it's like, I don't know if she was doing that just to play up to this person or if she was doing this because she genuinely didn't know. It's like, I can't tell which one it is.
But the thing is, she's been following the Doctor now for 2 episodes when she didn't do that previously since we've realized.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's hard to tell if this is her following the Doctor and she genuinely didn't know when this was, and she's like, oh, okay, good, I'm still following the Doctor as I should be.
Yeah.
Or if this is, oh, okay, I'm following the Doctor and I need to pretend to this person that I have no idea what's going on.
Well, the thing is, the previous episode they had an exact year This time around, she was just told, "Hey, we're just 500,000 years in the future." So
True.
It's not like an exact year. She probably
Fair.
shot herself to a time period, worked her way up the ranks, and remembered the funny name that was
Or
said.
hell, maybe she didn't even work her way up to the ranks. Maybe she just sort of injected herself and she has some sort of like psychic paper type thing.
Like the Master? Oh, God.
Well,
Or she stole it from the doctor.
Did you guys hear what the name of Mrs. Flood is in this episode?
No.
They say, so who you guys' supervisor? Oh, it is Mrs. Copperpot or something like that? Or
Never told that was meant to be her. Good spot.
Yeah, and so whenever the person's doing their briefing to her, they're doing the briefing to their supervisor. So that funny name that that this kind of felt out of place. Yeah.
I have a question for you and Kat Kuchiri. If it turns out that Mrs. Flood is a time lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you prefer it to be, the Master or the Rani?
Well,
Tatooine. I'm joking.
I like my theory. I like my theory, and I'm hoping I can finally upload my theory this weekend.
Yeah, I hope you can as well, because it's a good theory.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one thing from Second. Second was going to draw something for me.
I mean, yeah, we've helped you with this video. It'd be nice to see it go up. But
honestly, you know what I hope for her? I hope she's a completely new character that isn't somebody we've seen before.
I agree, but I don't think she is. Oh,
I know,
it's a shame.
that's the weirdest part, because like I would like to see someone we haven't seen for a while, like the Rani. And I would like it to be something kind of new and refreshing as well.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I will take it if it's the Rani, because at least we haven't seen her on in the modern series yet. But if it's the Master and we have this fantastic, innovative, groundbreaking, and risk-taking series with Lux and the Well, and it's just it's the Master again, lol. What are we doing?
Anyway,
what are we doing?
We'll find out in probably 4 weeks.
We will probably find out at the end of episode 7, yes.
Or RTD could do something really nice and tell us this next episode, please.
He absolutely won't.
I know, but I can dream, Harold.
Nice. She will be in the next episode, I think, because it's focusing on Ruby. Also, the final minute. Firstly, it really annoyed me when she said Cassio did his best. No, he did not. His best got people killed. He does not deserve commendation. Shea absolutely deserves commendation. She was brave, heroic. She sacrificed herself. Cassio can go pound sand in the afterlife. There, I said it.
Maybe
and then, of course,
some rule that you're not allowed to badmouth people or something. I don't know.
Maybe. And then, of course, we get the final reveal that it may have actually got out attached to Mo the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are speculating it was always on Mo, which is an interesting interpretation. But the lady that's with her, who is credited as Val Vivo, apparently she was the pilot that brought them down to the planet. So that's why she survives.
Gosh, this really is such alien vibes.
It really is, isn't it? She does say, it sounded like hell down there, meaning she never actually got to go on the planet. Good for her. She survived.
Yeah.
You don't want to go down there, lady. You do not want to go down there.
Ugh. But the actress who played Mo is also really good, because like the sheer horror on her face as she the pilot is staring at her and she's like, "What do you see behind me?"
Yeah. And Val's just looking at her in sympathy and also horror at the same time. So she's a good actress too, even though she was barely in the episode. So kudos all around for the acting, honestly.
Also, I really hope Alice got home to her kid. Please.
Yeah, but if she did, so did the entity.
Without the entity.
Mm.
Please.
Well, maybe it was on all the troopers. I don't know. Anyway, that is The Well, and my goodness, what an episode. So what were our overall thoughts about The Well, starting with our special guest, Fouls?
I liked it. Very interesting first watch. Definitely might have to go and get some context for some of the scenes eventually. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Definitely wasn't what I was expecting going in. I thought that Doctor Who was, going to the past always, but this time it was more in the future. So learned something new, and then obviously the whole entity thing was definitely interesting. I didn't think it would be that in particular, so it was a good watch. I enjoyed it. Definitely subverted my expectations of what the series was about in general. So yeah,
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kuchiri, what do you think about it?
An insanely great episode. I am looking forward to, it's probably going to be a few years before It Has No Name come back, and I'm looking forward to see what it has learned from this episode to create a new death game. It's going to be fun. Definitely, this whole season so far is definitely leaps and bounds better than the first Disney season, though. I'm just looking to see what else this season is going to pump out.
Okay, Kat?
Danganronpa Doctor Who crossover, maybe? If we're doing death games?
Oh my god, yes.
Honestly, I kind of already said this, but I'm going to say it again. This has to be one of my favorite episodes. Like, I don't want to say of all time because there's been some really great episodes, but definitely of this series and what Shudigatwa so far. He does phenomenal. Alice is phenomenal. Like, everybody in this is fantastic, except for Cassio. He can suck a dick. He needs to go away. His acting is great though, obviously. Like, the setting is great. Bringing it back to midnight is like a twist I had not expected, but it literally gave me chills. I was sobbing by the end of this episode. Like, kudos to this writer. Please come back to Doctor Who anytime you want to. I love this. It's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
And I echo what everyone else has said. So people who know me know that I love Midnight. It's one of my favorite ever Monday episodes. You know this about me, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, sequel to Midnight. Are they going to ruin the original? They absolutely do not. This does not diminish the original, despite what other people on the internet will tell you. Does not diminish the original in any way at all. In fact, it probably enhances it. It is such a clever idea for a sequel. The whole "you die at midnight" thing, ingenious. Alice's acting, incredible. But also, Shea is a fantastic character as well. We had such a good 2-episode run here with Lux and this. My God, we are eating. We are eating like kings at the moment. Amazing. I'm not going to do the whole 10 out of 10, 5 out of 7 thing because we do that too much. But I think this might be in my top 10 when all's said and done.
7 out of 7.
Yeah, 7 out of 7, exactly. And Frezno couldn't be here because they are on vacation at the moment. But as you can probably imagine, given the whole mirror thing, they did want to drop their thoughts about this episode. So let's include them now and throw over to Frezno.
Oh, Dildo. One day I'll take you in again. Oh, hey, Doctor Who. Yeah, so, Russell T. Davies, how dare you? How dare you put 2 mirror alerts in episodes in a row on the 2 podcasts where I'm not able to participate and troll my friends. But suffice it to say, you're not escaping it. Doctor Who mirror alert. Bloop, 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 bloop. So, The Well. What to say about The Well? It is a very sci-fi horror gun Doctor Who story. You know, there are a lot of stories like that. They're not my favorite type of Doctor Who story, but this is a very good one of those. I love the character of Alice. Hopefully you've seen a nice little meme per my instructions. And this big stocking mirror alert and Mercury to boot, which I thought Elsa Sandifer would make more of, but she wasn't as impressed by this episode. I understand why. Let's talk about it being Midnight 2. Now, if you asked me this like 4 years ago, I'd be railing against it. I'd hate it with every fiber of my being. But now that I'm a little more mature, shall we say, I'm neutral on this. It does not particularly enhance the episode, it must be said. This is a very good, spooky sci-fi concept. Don't look behind you. Don't look behind this cursed person or you'll fucking die. It's a good concept. Great horror is used. That scene where like 5 soldiers in a row get killed by it is fucked up and wild. It's a monster with rules, which we love in Doctor Who. It's a great concept. Does it have any fucking thing to do with the thing from Midnight? Not really. I mean, you could twist yourself in knots about, oh, it's evolved, oh, it's a different species, blah, 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 blah. But the invocation of Midnight didn't really spark any joy in me. But neither did it particularly detract from this episode and make me go, oh god, it's a reference from Era 2008 when the show was good. It didn't detract from it at all. And I actually have a slide prepared. I'm going to move over here, point at the floor. I actually have a slide prepared here about one aspect of the story. Oh, we'll show this one first. I was like, right to jail, right away. Next screenshot. This bit, which I'm sure, I think Kat probably talked about it, because I know Kat noticed this in talking. But the ending is a bit of a downer, which I don't know if I like it, but it's been argued that it's going for ambiguity, maybe it's paranoia, but then Russell T Davies puts this shot in, where there's only 3 people, there's 4 in the airlock, and it's like, ooh, nope, it definitely did escape, and it reminds me a lot of him trying to explain 73 yards, which, I don't like that, you know, you didn't have to, if this had been a little Easter egg really tucked away in the background, maybe, but the fact that you actually focused on it like this, you're trying to say the thing without saying the thing. It's a bit weird. So, The Well, then. It's good. It's a good one of those. But that's not my favorite mode of Doctor Who. I would say Lux is still a more favorite episode this season so far, but this is still a strong effort. Now, while I've got you here, and since Rain promised not to cut away, it is time to give a brief overview of Senki Zesho Simple here, while I have you as a captive audience. So, to start, in ancient Babylon, 5,000 years ago...
No, cutting that off right there. We're not going there, Frezno. No. Banned. So, Fowls, thank you for being such a good sport and being in this episode. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Just check me out. Just check out my YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever you want to find me on. Literally just FoulPlayz. Just look it up. You'll find me there. I talk about a bunch of Rider, Sentai, sometimes Ultraman, all of Tokusatsu stuff. So, yeah.
Before you fully go, one very important question. Are you going to watch more Doctor Who?
Possibly.
Hey!
If I can find a good place to watch it, maybe.
Blink. Watch Blink.
Watch Midnight as well.
And Midnight, yeah.
You can find, for us Americans, seasons 1 through 12 and the specials called Flux, which is season 13, is on Max.
Don't watch Flux. Do not watch Flux.
Yeah, don't watch Flux.
If you see Chris Chibnall, just run.
I've heard like BBC America or some shit like that.
Yes.
I don't think BBC America has episodes for us, though.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
They may, like, the cable network might air old episodes, but if you're trying to find it on streaming, the first 13 seasons are on Max, and the season 14 and 15 and some specials are on Disney Plus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to the old stuff, there's a subscription service called BritBox for everything that's before
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would suggest the 7th and the 4th Doctors.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I'll go ahead and I'll head out. So,
Yeah.
bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, pals.
Bye-bye.
So after that absolutely incredible episode and the incredible episode before it, hopefully we don't drop the ball with next week's episode, Lucky Day.
I'm wondering how they're going to set this up, because the next time trailer shows them on Earth with the Doctor and Ruby. Is this going to be like, oh, this was just a random adventure the Doctor and Ruby did during season 1 that is being retold now?
I think it's on Dr. Light.
Yeah.
No idea. But also, it really would be Ruby's lucky day because the goblins are gone and they won't screw her over anymore.
I never even thought about that. Oh my god. That's why it's called Lucky Day. Oh no.
Wait, is this meant to be the actual first adventure before Space Babies? What?
No. It's after she's split up with the Doctor.
Because... Well, no. So it looks like she's on a radio show talking about an adventure with the Doctor.
The boyfriend does say you were a team like you and the Doctor. So she knows the Doctor. It's not pre Doctor.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's pre Space Babies either, or after Space Babies either.
No, what I'm saying is this is post all of that, but she's telling a story like it's flashbacks.
Could be. There's very little to go off on the trailer. She's got a boyfriend and a monster. That's it. Go ahead, Kat.
I have one theory that maybe at the end of this episode, we're going to give a hint as to what happened to the Earth. Like maybe a giant spaceship will appear, or Ruby will be like, hey, what's that? Or, like something will happen. They'll give us a hint as to what exactly happened to Earth.
Possibly. Also, we do have to address this is written by the Kablam guy.
Yeah.
You mean the guy who wrote the best episode in season 11?
You're just saying that Prez isn't here.
No one's here to dispute me on that. So...
Mechanically, you're not wrong, but morally, no.
Journalism, great guys.
I mean, I kind of got the idea that, it was saying that it wasn't just that the... No, what am I saying? Bad. Sucks. So...
Honestly, yeah, after all this time, I finally turned around on Kerblam. It really is bad once you start to look back at it.
Remind me if I do get on the 1% club this year, because I have applied for it, and Lee Mack, who guest starred in that episode, is the host. Remind me not to belittle him about that episode, because I don't want to get kicked off the show.
Who knows? Maybe he'll be happy that you're a fan of him.
I will send you £100 if you mention Kerblam as much as possible. Use it as your new catchphrase.
Well, I wasn't sure I knew that, but I just guessed it and Kerblam.
Every single time you get a question right, just go like Kerblam.
Please buy Back to the Info by Lena Faria volumes 1, 2, and soon to be 3. At all good online book retailers, and also that one that we don't talk about. Please buy The Terror for the Trees by Sean Dillon on the same site, and please buy Shadow of the Gallifrey Volume 1, which, yes, I have now finished, by Lena and Sean and a whole bunch of talented folks, and also Freezing Infernos and a whole bunch of other people. Honestly, Frezno stories are really good, and they're also exactly what you expect from Frezno stories. That's a compliment.
It's a reflection on the person.
Hey! Just for that, Kuchiri, Doctor Who mirror alert, hit the button, me.
Doctor Who mirror alert. Doctor Who mirror alert.
So, Kuchiri, do you have anything to plug?
I've been working on a theory video since Robot Revolution about who I believe I know who Mrs. Flood actually is, and I keep on feeling like my theories gets more and more confirmed the farther we go along this season, and I want to get my theory out before the episode 7, even though I'm sure I can look up leaks and find out what's actually going on, because I'm sure it's been leaked. But I do actually think I got it figured out. I like my theory. It's a fun theory. A film theory. Thanks for watching. No, but
Hi, I will say this because I've been privy to some of the clips you've been posting on the Discord. There is an incredible noise you make in this video. Please keep it in. Don't edit it out.
Oh no, I did that on purpose. No, but other than that, I've been trying to get back into streaming. I streamed some Mario Mon. They just re-released Breath of Fire 4. They remastered it, they restored it, and my god, I am so happy. That's my favorite game ever of all time. So I started streaming that. Some other things that people have suggestions and recommendations, I'll stream. I just want people to watch and talk to me. I'm so lonely.
Oh, Kat, have you been doing anything on your Twitch streams?
Well, about 2 weeks ago, I started streaming the newest version of Silent Hill 2. It's been fun so far. I've been going through the apartments. I might do some more of that today. Didn't do it last week because, Easter. It felt a little rude to do that. Just a little.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a touch.
Yeah, we're recording this on Sunday, so I might do it a little bit more. So keep an eye out on Sundays for that. Otherwise, just been having fun. Keep an eye out on weekends for some streams, maybe. And I also just got permission from YouTube to stream on there, so I might do dual streams.
Fantastic. Oh, and before I forget, because Frezno did ask me to put this in the episode, a very happy birthday to Jenna Coleman.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to actually make a Photoshop of you with my Shillette head on your back whispering, do the Kamen Rider podcast. Sorry, I don't
it's
know
okay.
why
Just the mental image of that is enough. I love it.
By the way,
But
that's
yeah.
another plug. We literally just
You
recorded
don't
the
need
Kamen
to
Rider.
do the Kamen Rider podcast. It's perfectly fine.
We literally recorded the episodes 29 to 32 of Gav 30 minutes before we did this podcast. So Foul and I had a fun, lovely discussion. Second is stepping in for Rainiac for the next two Gav podcasts.
Yeah, sorry, I can't make this and the Gav podcast. It's just impossible.
Yeah. No, but if you guys have not, I mean, everyone should be watching Kamen Rider Gav. It is such an insanely good show.
Caveat: don't watch it if you have a thing about eating and stuff like that, because
Also
apparently it has a
true,
lot of
yes.
But they haven't really focused on that as much lately. But there is the most recent episode. My God, had insane character growth and development, and it is just such great acting.
I must watch that soon.
Oh my goodness, Ren, I know you say you haven't seen 32 yet. You're going to love 32.
I'm sure I am, because I love that bit in 31. My hands are nearly drowned. Just such a good comedic bit. That
jump at the thing. Jump at that. Why didn't you say so sooner?
So Kat, basically two of the riders have got their hands jammed together by a monster, and one of the riders transforms, but his transformation puts him in a giant pudding cup that fills up with liquid. So the other rider was drowning because he couldn't get out.
Huh.
He was fine. He was fine at the end, but it was funny.
Imagine if someone else was trapped in Grease's transformation when he gets filled up with the liquid.
Well, I've got a really good anime suggestion for everybody. It's 12 episodes long. It's called Zenshu.
Oh.
It is an isekai. An animator, an anime animator, essentially dies and gets sent to the world of her favorite anime movie. It's really good. Just trust me on this, bro. It is so good.
Trust me, bro.
I don't want to say any more than that, because you need to watch it. Animation, it's beautiful. The animation is fantastic. There are so many in-jokes. It's really, really good.
Was that Chris I heard in the background?
I'm sorry?
Was that Chris I
Yes,
just heard
that
in the
was
background?
Chris. Yeah.
Yes, Chris has been listening in on this entire time.
Chris, you're a week early.
I mean,
Wait,
a week early.
we're subjecting Chris to Luckiest Day.
Technically,
Wait,
she
that's
picked
what-
it herself, but also, yeah, I'm sorry.
You agreed to, Chris?
Apparently, I didn't know.
I'm so sorry.
Speaking of stuff we agreed to and saying sorry, say goodnight.
I thought you'd never
Have
ask.
you your Kablam?
No.
I'm gonna show her Kablam.
Oh my god, no. No! Wait, no,
She
he-
needs
before
to
you-
know what she's
before-
getting into.
Before you show her Kerblame, does she know about Before the Flood?
No.
You might have to give her a lot of homework then.
Wrong writer.
Kuchiri,
Not the wrong
Kuchiri,
writer.
I like Chris. I want to keep her around.
Isn't Before the Flood the one where it's anti-capitalist because it's oxygen?
No, that's
That
oxygen.
was oxygen.
Oh,
Before the flood is
Before the
terrible.
Flood is the one with the flood.
Not that one. Not Mrs. Flood.
do you expect me
one,
to
the one with the
remember
actual
every
flood.
single episode of Doctor Who?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I remember the ones that have the obvious titles.
Like oxygen.
I don't know
Like,
why mentally I reversed, like I had that change in my head before. I don't know.
Literally a quote. 27th of April, 2025. What's the episode about the oxygen? It's called Oxygen.
But no, I can sum that up pretty quickly. Chris, they monetize oxygen. It's bad.
Don't give the fucking government any more ideas.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
I mean,
yeah,
that
but,
was a while ago, so you know.
so
They're working on it.
to tee us so nicely. Good night, Radiac. We can't give away
Good night,
that Chris is the guest for next week's episode. I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. Thank you for listening to us talk about The Well. Thank you to our special guest, FoulPlayz. I know he had to jet, and I feel sorry for that, but
I might be
Yeah.
homeless next week. Thanks. Depending on how this episode goes.
we're not topping that for a finish. See you next time. See you next time for Lucky Day, guys. Bye now.
Bye.
Speaking of things we repeat over and over again, what do we have to plug?
Oh yeah, well I don't have anything to plug, but I'm sure you two do. Wait, no, sorry, no. Scrap that. 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
You're leaving
my
it
mind
in.
went blank. My mind went blank. We'll try that again. 3, 2, stop laughing. How dare you look at me being a goofus? Right. Hi, blooper reel. I'm not perfect. What a shocker. 3, 2, 1.